Welcome back to his house, where we're at Darcy's with her bees today.
Good morning.
We're gonna switch out. Right now they have an internal feeder in here. We're gonna switch that out and put a hive top feeder so it's easier to feed the bees. And we're also gonna see how much comb they have, and we might put another honey super on. And while we are putting another honey super on and going to feed the bees at the same time, we probably won't actually take honey from this hive. They were really small coming into spring, which I don't know if you guys remember. But this year we focused on getting these girls built, get them a huge hive, so when winter comes, they are good to go. And then next spring, oh, they should do really well. All right, you want to take it off?
Oh, good job, Heath. They're crawling everywhere. I see comb.
And pop this on. Pick this up and set that down right on top of it. Yep, you should be able to pick it up now. And then just set it down on top of the lid. Right here. All right.
Look at all this comb. Oh my God, that's so much more than the last time.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Whoa. So do you want to see that or that?
So this is cap stuff right here. That's
Okay.
pollen. That looks like they built some drone comb. But that's pollen, so that's going to be the bee bread. And then we're going to break this off just because it's wonky.
What is drone comb?
It's the bigger stuff. It's where they do the males. So this is what it looks like right now. You got some capped honey right here. And then see how these holes are a little bit bigger right here? That's where drones would go. But we're gonna take this off because we don't want that to stay there.
Can I try it? What's that?
Yeah. So that's a drone. See that big fat guy?
Yeah. What do the drones do?
They just mate with the queens when the queens go out. Hold on. We're gonna pull this food one out. Oh, we need 2 more mediums.
We do?
Two more deeps. We'll put
Okay.
those in a second. Because we need to replace this. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more deep. But look at that, they are packed down there. This is.
Wow.
I'm gonna bring you all over for a second.
Oh my gosh.
So they started out this spring with maybe 3 medium frames of bees at most. And now they are doing so good. This is awesome. So if you take it here, Heath, and you twist, because they're stuck together,
Oh.
you push them apart, and then you lift, they're still gonna be stuck. It's something, they must have comb on the bottom of it. Yeah, they stuck these
Yeah.
frames together.
Oh, whoa, look at all
So
that.
that's drone comb that they've done in between the frames. Oh, that's all brood. She
Oh
is doing
my-
so awesome. All right, so we want to look for the queen.
Oh, there's honey on the bottom.
So you're looking for one that's long.
Okay, so a long bee is the
Yeah.
queen. Why? What makes you think she's on this one?
She just could be laying.
Okay. So, like, based on how active this one area is.
Yeah, anywhere where there's eggs, like see here, right here, these are fresh eggs getting put into here, and then that's the larva. This is awesome.
That's so cool.
But there's
Oh
brood
my
on that too. She is doing
God.
so good. She's come so far.
Whoa. What about?
That is a drone. So see how he's just fat?
Yeah.
And see how his wings are spread out?
Uh-huh.
Her wings will be tucked back on her back, and she is long instead of fat. Hold on, wait, Heath.
Does blowing on them make them separate?
Yeah. But she could be just underneath them. But I don't see her on here. But look at all that
how
brood.
many bees there are.
So this was completely empty, And now it's just got a beautiful brood pattern with honey at the top. Both sides. Look at that. She is doing so good.
Perfect. Got it.
All right, hold on. Let me put this one back in there real quick. But we're going to scrape. Scrape all of this stuff off right here.
You can make traps.
Well, this one's going to have brood in it, so we're going to feed this to the chickens actually.
Oh, I bet the chickens love that.
So this has brood on it, Heath, so we're going to put this back in here, and then you can pull the other one out. You want to be careful. Queen could be here.
Oh, that's a lot.
All right, so look for the queen.
Oh, I love the noise it makes.
Oh, I think I found a queen.
Where?
Is that
Nope. See how that's just fat?
that one?
Nope, that's fat too. That's a drone.
Would she be about that size, or
She's her
bigger?
tail, her abdomen or whatever is longer.
Okay.
So she'll look very similar to one of the nurse bees, bigger, but her tail is a lot longer. When you see her, you'll notice. And this is awesome, though.
Look at all. Oh my gosh.
They're laying so many eggs. And if you see a bee whose butt's in a hole, that's the queen. She's the only one that puts her butts in the hole. But look, if you look here, so look straight down those holes, you'll see larvae is bigger, 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 smaller, smaller.
Yep.
And then you just little dots. Those little dots are the eggs. So if you look in here, you see how the larva gets
Yes!
smaller, and then the
That's
dots.
Oh my god.
That's an egg, and that's how they start.
That's an egg.
And then these ones right there, that larva, that is probably a day or so away from getting capped.
Now, how long once it's capped does it, like, what is the gestational cycle?
It's like 13 days or something like that.
Oh wow. Nice work,
Got it.
Heath.
I'll have to check. I don't remember it off the
Oh,
top of my
there's
head.
bees connecting it.
But I think once it gets capped, it's like 13
Oh.
days.
They're
Alright,
they're
watch
making
out.
a bridge.
Making a bridge
See
on
that?
Yeah, they're making a bridge on there. I can see them.
Chicken feed.
And then we'll want to take all this and take it away so it's not here because we don't want any animals to come over here.
And say yum yum. Give me the snack. I cannot believe how many bees are in here. This is amazing. And how built out this comb is.
Yeah, this is awesome. So this one they're just starting on. So the queen probably won't be on this one, but
Okay.
we'll do a quick look because there's no eggs. So there's no spots to lay eggs either.
Are these capped?
That's capped. Yeah, that's honey. That'll be their food for the wintertime.
Okay. Do you cap a baby bee and honey, or?
No, well, it's different. So, hold on, let's pull this one back out. So here, that is capped honey. That stuff here, that right there, that's kind of yellowish.
Yeah.
That is capped brood.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe
there's
we
nothing
want
on
it.
them.
So that is capped brood, and that's capped honey.
Yeah, that looks totally different.
Dad, look on this one.
Hold on, Heath. We're gonna have to pull this off because I gotta clean that stuff off this.
What's actually on the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see what's going on down there.
Oh, I can see bees already.
Whoa, Heath, look.
Dad, can I have the queen?
Hold on. So I'll bring you guys back over again. So when these girls started out this spring, they basically looked like these 3 frames here, except less bees. And she has grown so much. Now I'm gonna zoom in here on the larva. So we're gonna see, we treated them really well for mites, but one good thing about doing this is
Oh, what's that?
we're gonna look for mites.
What is this white thing?
That's a drone larva
Oh.
where the mites like to go because they're in there longer. But I don't see a mite on there. Yeah, I don't see a mite. And good thing is we're taking a video so we can look back through and see if I missed it later. But I don't see any mites on these, so that is good. It looks like our treatment worked this fall. I mean, this spring, winter, and fall actually. But yeah, I don't see any mites. All right, I'm gonna get this cleaned off real quick. So they build the drone because the drones are how all the queens mate.
They only mate with the drone?
Yep.
So how many drones would a hive of this size have?
I don't have any idea on that question.
Can I try that?
But more than a few.
Yeah, they'd have a
Can
bunch.
I try?
Not right now because the queen might be around, so I'm blowing and pushing. I want to be careful. But if I pull a frame out that needs it, I'll let you do it on that one, okay, Heath?
No, I'm gonna frames out.
We're probably not going to go into this because the queen most likely is down here,
Okay.
and we don't really need to bother her. She's looking good.
She looks so happy.
So, but yeah, she is doing awesome, Darcy. This is great. And then the bees will come through and clean all of this up.
Uh-huh. They'll get rid of that stuff?
Well, they won't get rid of the stuff in the middle, but they'll get rid of all the stuff I broke.
Is this liquid honey or water?
That's honey. That's nectar, yeah.
Now I can totally see the difference between the comb for the brood versus the honey.
Yeah, it's so cool. Man, she's doing so good. This is awesome.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, no, this is just great. Set this down here for a second so I can put this other box back on. And then because these have brood, we want to make sure these are all in the same order they were.
Oh, wait, they could tell if you put them in a different order?
Yeah, they don't like it.
Oh.
So, put these all back how they were.
So if you take them out, make sure they go back in the same.
And then we're going to pull this chunk here off.
I fell.
Oh, did it flip over again?
How did I flip back over?
It's just what hammocks do. Physics.
Let's see if there might be a little bit of honey in here, so let's set that to the side. And then, do you know if you have another deep handy somewhere? Because if you do, we will put that on real quick. Didn't even think about that, otherwise I'd have brought one. And this is the feeder we're going to put on. This is a lot different than mine. Mine doesn't have this cover, and so it's got floats, and so the bees are just all up in here. So when you open the lid, all the bees can come out. But with this one, the bees can only go in this area right here. And so they come down this, they eat, they drink the water, and then they stay in. So Darcy will be able to open, yeah, that'll work. So Darcy will be able to open up her hive and just sit here and watch bees without being bothered, because they'll be in this thing here and she can just watch bees eat, and it's the coolest thing ever, this thing is. All right, so we're gonna put this frame in.
And you're putting that frame in because you took
Yeah,
the feeder out.
if you leave a lot of space, this thing will get just crazy with comb. So I'm gonna close this back up. You'll typically only leave space on one side.
Okay.
This way, when we come to do the inspection next, we start on this side, and then we end up moving everything over, and then the gap will be in that side.
Okay.
But that way you can pull things out without like getting stuck. So now we're gonna put this medium super on. We want this to get full of nectar and honey. This is gonna be their food source for the winter.
So this is a whole nother level, but the things
level.
are smaller.
Yeah, so this is the medium.
Okay.
So they're smaller. And then we'll put this on top. And we're actually gonna do this. I want them to.
Oh, you're putting some of the
Yeah.
simple syrup on it because that will attract them?
Yeah, they'll come up to try to get it. And then I'm gonna also put a little bit of simple syrup down in this thing, because I want them to come up here. You don't have a rooftop exit, so they won't be as inclined to come up here right yet.
Ah.
But with this, they will be. Once they find it, you're golden. They'll always keep eating out of here.
So it's like teach them once and they'll remember.
Yeah.
So cool.
So we'll put that on, and then this on. And then now, you just feed them a little bit. Actually, we want to move this a little bit first, right?
If we can, yeah.
Yeah. We'll move this forward a little bit. All right. So we're slowly moving it over to where her new stand's going to be, so the bees face the woods. That way, they're not pointed at her yard at all. All right.
And you just pour it in?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
wow.
pour it in on each side.
Okay.
And so what'll happen is the bees can't get past this fencing here, so they'll climb up and they'll eat all the sugar water, and you'll be able to open it up and just watch them. Let me just put this in. This actually doesn't really need to go on right now, but we're going to put it on anyways.
Yeah, that got in there.
We need to get you an upper entrance for this,
Okay.
because then we'll put it right below the feeder, and then the bees can come out the top or bottom.
Oh.
You don't really need it while your hive's smaller, but as it starts to grow, they want it, like another upper entrance is nice. And then we just put this back on. And we are good to go. Darcy, I'm so
Wow.
excited. These bees have come a long way.
I just can't believe from the first time we peeked on them this spring to now
Yeah,
how much
they
they've
just,
grown.
they're doing so well.
Thanks for showing me how to put on that top feeder today.
Yeah, and thanks for stopping in, guys. This was pretty awesome. These girls are doing so great. This is so awesome. She's laying so much brood right now. She's come so far this spring. Like I said, she overwintered in this box, and this year we're probably going to have her overwinter in all three of these right here. And then come springtime, we'll do a Damari split, and these guys are going to get so much honey, it's going to be crazy. But thanks for stopping into Heath's house, where the food is always fresh, the back deck is always open, and Darcy's bees are the coolest.
Thanks for coming by, guys.
I'll see you all around.